Hey everybody, it's Minister Kenita Smith here, and today's pearl is why are we so fickle? I want to talk to you about some things that I noticed about the people in the Bible that Jesus spoke with and were around, and also see how we can assimilate some of those actions to ourselves and course correct and try to make sure that we're not being like this. So, in Luke chapter 4, Jesus is talking to the people. He's teaching in the synagogue, and he's telling them things that they just can't believe he's saying. They say he preached with such authority. He talks about things that with such power and faith, and they are just amazed at his teaching. And most of the time, they're very receptive in the beginning to what he's saying. But then once he begins to talk about their unbelief and their unacceptance of him, then they start to change their tone and they begin to mock him and ridicule him and want to mob and stone him. And so they get very fickle. Now, it was okay when he wasn't talking about their beliefs and their unwillingness to accept him, but they were not willing to receive what he was saying when he basically gave a word that convicted them. They didn't understand that they were experiencing a favor because he was there. And because of what he was sharing with them in that moment, they had favor with God. But as soon as they drove that favor away, drove him away, I should say, the favor left with him. I want us to make a decision today. Are there areas in our life where we're very fickle with God? We're not willing to accept what he's telling us about the things that he has for us, or even in his word. Are we truly ready to believe the things that he has for us? Because in the Bible it says, even the Lord says this, that in our hometown it's harder to be received than somewhere else. Because the people that are in our hometown and people around us, they know us, they know our past, they know what we've been through. And so those people are capable of being even more fickle towards what God gives us. But I want to ask you about your actions towards God. Why are you and I so fickle? We're going to have to make a decision. I've been talking all week about making a decision in these pearls and being true to ourselves and listening to what God has for us in this season, because we're going to be in a position in the upcoming years where we have to make a choice. We can't straddle the fence. We have to make it clear who it is that we serve and where we stand. Are we going to be fickle with God, or are we going to believe so that we can receive the favor, the healing, and all of the spiritual nourishment that he has for us? Or are we going to be like everybody else? And that's the question that I really want you to consider today, is that you need to make that decision, make that choice. Don't be fickle. Choose God. It's the best way to go. So have your time, your prayer time, your devotional time this week, and make sure that your actions towards God is authentic and that you are receiving what he has for you. Have a good week.